Day of How to ABL. Today is Open Fracture Day. It is 9/2/2023. I will talk briefly about the rotation, show you it in action, then I'll give you additional information afterwards like alternatives and who the actual meta is for today. So I'm going to be using Jean Grey with this Rage, and basically you spam her skills. You can give a slight delay on 5, 3, and 1 if you want to. That will give a little bit of an increase, but it's not a full second delay. It's like a fraction of a delay. Let me go ahead and show you that in action, and then I'll give you additional information afterwards. All right, switch right to Jean, jump in. I like to do a 4, 2, 1, 5, 3, and 7 as soon as it's ready. I like to cancel 1 into another skill so she doesn't fling away from the target. Sometimes if there's enemies around, 2 can fling you away too far to cancel other skills. You'll notice I use a 7, 6 there. 7 can be used by itself as soon as it's ready, but the next time it's ready, you can usually follow it with a 6 right away. Try to use the skills as soon as they're on cooldown. I'm using a striker to cancel today. I've found that this April Fool's Deadpool tends to be the best option for fracture canceling, but you can also use Gambit as well today if you don't have the April Fool's uniform for Deadpool. The key thing to remember here is just to cancel as soon as possible, including 6. You don't need to wait for the wings to pop. That orb is sitting around here somewhere. Make sure you don't pass up your orbs. The faster you use your skills, the quicker you can charge up that 6, which is always good to pop off your skills as quickly as possible and as often as possible. All right, here's an orb right here. Probably should have saved that 6, but that's all right. I'm trying to get the skills off as quickly as possible. You want to pay attention, look for those purple beams. Missing out on those orbs is critical to getting your score as high as possible. Not missing out on those orbs is critical. Kind of said that sort of funny. Look for the words on the screen right there. Odin's using Odin's Might. There you go. Pick that up. You don't have to worry about saving your 7 with Jean because she cools down so quickly on her skills. You'll be able to recharge her skill as soon as he sent her anyway. So for canceling, just go ahead and keep spamming. Don't worry about saving it. It's going to hurt your score more than anything else. Oh, he's still targetable. Okay, so see, center, and watch how quickly this charges up. As soon as he raises his sword, right there, go ahead and use your skill. There's the cancel. That's the last cancel at this point. It's just spamming and getting as high of a score as possible. All right, another orb. I'm going to use my 6. I'm not going to wait on my 7 there. Sometimes that will happen, and you don't have to do 7 and a 6. Use 7 as soon as it's ready. Use 6 as soon as it's ready. Don't worry about waiting. Usually I can get them lined up to be 7 by itself, 7, 6 on a regular cadence. But if you can't, that's fine. Last orb. Get that last orb. Boom. All right, here we go. Home stretch. I'm not going to hit 10 today, am I? Starting to think I should have used Black Cat's leadership. Yeah, I didn't hit my 10 million. I'm starting to think I usually use Black Cat's leadership. I think it's pretty close, though. So we'll talk about my account, how it's built, and I'll talk about some alternative teams, and then maybe I'll run it again after my little clip here. So 9,690,446. Not too bad of a run, honestly. I'm pretty happy with that, but I've hit 10 million, so I'm definitely going to be rerunning this, especially with it being open day. So let's talk about my account. If you've done ABL before, you know cards and X swords are important. So I'm not going to talk about them. I'm just going to show what's on my account in case you're curious. So I'm going to go straight to my cards. I'm going to go to view all. If you want to pause it and read, go for it. I want to point out Pierce is incredibly important. I'm sitting at 16, not 25. That is hurting my score massively. I also have X swords here. There you go. Pause that if you want to read that. My Jean, let me show how she's built. So this rotation, the spam rotation, works with an anger proc, it works with a judgment, it works with rage. Rage is 100% the best option, and I actually have a brilliant rage. Out of everything else, I have an enraged brilliant rage, and rage is better than all attack. I have it at 1.2 basic attack. The uniform is the Dark Phoenix uniform. That's definitely her best uniform. Let me go ahead and show you my stats here. Let me hide my face for just a second so you actually read the stats, not have them blocked. It is important to cap all of these. Crit rate, crit damage, ignore defense, cooldown, and dodge. If you can get other ones like movement speed or attack speed up, that's also good. But yeah, this is fine. Her energy does not cap. Attack doesn't cap, period. It's at 98,000. Oh yeah, I should have hid my face a little bit longer. So I've got some Odin's Blessings on her. Everything is amplified. If you're putting Urus on her, especially if you worked on a tier 4 gene, please make sure that you do at least 5-star Urus. Don't be putting 1 or 2-star Urus on her. Type enhancement is at 5. ISO 8 is overdrive. As long as it's one of the attack sets, overdrive, Poe, or Hawkeyes, you're in good shape. Make sure they're 6 stars, all red. Artifact-wise, I have an Order 1, which is an instinct match. It's at a +7 currently. We already talked about the Rage. It is a mythic uniform, and if you've not seen it before, these are the uniform options. Blade Vampire Slayer, Maya Lopez, Marvel Studios Hawkeyes, Professor X Classic, Gilgamesh, Marvel Studios Eternals, and Scarlet Witch, Marvel Studios WandaVision. So that's the way I have Jean built up. Let me talk really quick about the team I'm using, alternate teams and alternate options for today, and who I actually think is the actual meta, because I don't think it's Jean anymore. So going over here to Alliance Battle, going back to Challenge, I'm using Ghost Panther because of this increased fire damage. He also has a support ability, which does fire damage as well, so they stack together, and he has the damage dealt. So it's a great leadership for Jean, but I'm actually starting to theorize Black Cat might be a better option. Ghost Panther is 100% worth an insight. You can use him on multiple teams, and he's definitely someone worth considering. I consider Dazzler to be the best mutant support in the game because of the 65% damage dealt to boss types. This only applies to mutant allies, which Jean is considered a mutant. If you don't know, you go to the character, you go to details, and under here for allies you see mutants. If you don't see mutant there, she does not help them. Dazzler is not usable with them. But since it is mutant, that support ability will apply. So a nice little combination here with teams. I do consider this to be one of the better teams, but honestly, if you have a tier 4 Luna Snow seems to be the new meta. She seems to be able to outscore Jeans tier 4 versus tier 4. So if you have a well-built Luna Snow, using Luna Snow today is a fantastic option. Now, Luna Snow is not a mutant, so you cannot use this team up. Who would you use instead? I would use Fury's leadership with White Fox as a support, and I would put Insight on your White Fox. That is a great team up for today. You could also use Magneto. Magneto is an option for today as well. Now he is a mutant, so he can use Dazzler. So using Magneto's leadership with Valkyrie and Dazzler is also a great team-up option for today. With it being open day, you can pretty much use whoever you want, but I tend to find that the highest scoring teams is Magneto, Jean, and Luna Snow. So there you go. There's the information. That's the additional information I have. Hopefully that was helpful. If you found this useful at all, consider thumb upping and commenting. It helps the algorithm. And may your ABL score be as high as possible. Thanks for watching.